No is new opportunity. That's what it means. No is on backwards. And today I want to talk about how to say yes to success by saying no to what no longer serves you or supports you. I'm mic'd up. Join me on In the Mix. And today, let's mix it up. What's good people? Today, I am so glad to talk with you about our subject matter, and that is all about saying the word no. Come on, let's just try it. Let's just try it. No. Come on, do it again. Just say it. No. Yeah. I know we're so used to saying yes to everybody else. We're so used to being people pleasers that we don't really say much for ourselves. We don't really take the time to love on ourselves enough, encourage ourselves through the process. And we're always giving people an explanation for why it is that we do what we do. And even if we say no to. And I need you to realize this, that no is a complete sentence. The shortest sentence, but it is a complete sentence. No, period, not comma. No, period, no with an exclamation point. You saying what you're adhering to what you say. You mean what you say. You're standing 10 toes down on what you say, and you're not making any apologies for it. You're not explaining yourself because of it. Got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Got to be uncomfortable with being comfortable. And that is you building healthy boundaries and you loving yourself and you knowing your worth. And a lot of times people will associate boundaries with being selfish. No, it's you being selfless. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And too many times we waste our pour trying to pour into people who have holes in their cup. They can't hold on to what it is that we are placing on the inside of them. They can't hold on to what it is that we are even pouring into them. They don't appreciate it. And as a result of it, there's not more that comes from our pour. Because here's what it is. People are mentally poor who cannot receive it, passing over opportunities repeatedly. And one of the things that we have to do is we have to put ourselves on our own schedule. We have to make some time for our own self. We have to build healthy boundaries. And here's the building of the healthy boundaries says this: you can't expect anybody to adhere to your boundaries if you won't adhere to your own. You can't. You can't expect anyone else to abide by the boundaries that you won't set, that you won't implement, that you won't put in place. Can't do it. Won't happen. When you don't do that, when you don't get to the particular place of being able to set boundaries for yourself, life becomes that which you are bound by because you won't abide by what it is that you know that you must do for yourself. I was talking to a friend of mine today. He's saying, bro, you're doing a whole lot. You're pastoring, you're doing books and all these specific things. He said, don't leave you out of the equation. Don't do it. He said, man, we need you. And in order to maintain me being in the particular place to do what I do, he said, listen, you're going to have to make sure that you take some time for you, whether it's 1 day a week, whether it's 2 days a week, to do nothing. That's hard. He said, but it's going to be necessary and important. And we were talking about rest. And it really kind of came upon a midnight clear that when you're not resting, you're not resetting. You're not resetting your mind. You're not resetting your body. You're not resetting your heart. And when you fail to rest, when you fail to reset, you now start to resent. Let me say that again. When you fail to rest, when you fail to reset, you start to resent what you do, and you start to resent who is around you. Very important, because the lack of rest means that you can't really pour with what it is that you have. You'll think a lot clearer when you set healthy boundaries. You'll execute a lot better when you set healthy boundaries. Things will become clearer. You'll think sharper. You'll be able to execute a lot better simply because you know your no. And because you know your no, now you're empowering yourself to grow. You've got to get to the particular place to where you keep knowing your vocabulary. Here it is. You're keeping no in your back pocket. You're not relenting. You're not drawing a line in the sand and then doing the electric slide. You're not drawing a line in the sand and then moonwalking as if you're Michael Jackson. No, you're standing 10 toes down on what it is that you say, what it is that you will do, how it is that you will execute. And make no apologies about it. Make no apologies for it. The people who are upset about your boundaries are upset simply because they know that they can't control you any longer. You know you're in the hands of a manipulator when they make you feel bad for what they did to you. Cut the cords, cut the strings. Your price is way too high. You need to cut it. And here's what I understand about that word no. You saying no to what no longer serves you and supports you so that you can say yes to yourself. No is new opportunity. No is on backwards. You're on to the next one. You're on to the next thought. You're on to the next line of thinking. You're on to the next project. Why? Because rejection is direction. We've all been told no before. And sometimes the no becomes a yes for us. Rejection is direction. Rejection is redirection. Getting to that place where you don't feel sorry for yourself. No to stinking thinking. No to those type of individuals who are narcissistic. No to toxic relationships. No to trauma bonds. No to mental triggers. No to stinking thinking that keeps you soaking and sinking. No to scarcity mindset. We're saying no because now we're being encouraged and empowered to grow. Those of you who are watching me, just type the word no in the chat. Just type the word no. Type the word no in that comment section. We've said yes so many times to other people, everybody else's obligations, everybody else's invitations. But we've said no to a personal invite to get better. We've said no to ourselves at the extent and at the expense of wanting to be liked. To the extent and at the expense of not wanting to upset the apple cart. Yeah. To the extent and at the expense of always wanting to be in someone else's good graces. Someone else's good graces. And goodness gracious, if you don't take any time for you. To the extent and at the expense of your own mental health. And it is very, very important for us to course correct, for us to get to the particular place, the mode and the modality of making sure that our mindset is right and it is intact. I'm going to pause for a cause real quickly, but I'm going to come back even quicker. Yep, quicker than quick. Stick and stay. After these messages, I'll be right back. Hey, we're just a few days away. Yes, yours truly, Dr. Eddie. We're just a few days away from my newest book. It's my 19th book, Know Your No. You have to know who to know, and you have to know who to know. And that will help you to say yes to yourself. This is a book on how to build healthy boundaries and love without losing yourself. It's available right now on Amazon. You can even get a signed copy at EddieConnorJr.com. Tell a friend, gift it to a friend, get it for yourself. Go and get it right now. Family, we're tackling it. That's it. Go get my book. Go get my book right now. Available on Amazon, available EddieConnor.com. Know your no. We're talking about no. No is a new opportunity. No is on backwards. Go and get my latest book, Know Your No, How to Build Healthy Boundaries and Love Without Losing Yourself. And that becomes the question, how do you love without losing yourself? Because so many times, so often, we have lost ourselves. We have lost who it is that we are because we want acceptance. And because we want acceptance so much, we compromise. We compromise. And we don't ascertain the prize of life. We find ourselves dancing to the beat of everyone else's drum. And we go through life with two left feet. Why? Because we're trying to keep the beat. We're trying to stay on beat with everybody else's rhythm when you need to find your own rhythm. When you need to find your own beat, you need to find what it is that keeps you in sync. You've got to answer particular tough questions. You've got to get to a particular place where you build healthy boundaries with family members, with coworkers, in relationships, and even with yourself. Got to get to that particular place where you remain in alignment with your divine assignment. You don't go through life being a coward. Yeah, you go through life getting to a particular place and space to where it is that you love yourself and you know your worth. So needed, so necessary, so important. Resting, resetting, so you're not resenting. Where are you going to find the place in your life to where you can say no to what no longer serves you, what no longer supports you, who doesn't serve your best interest, who doesn't support you, and add strength to you? Can you really muster up enough courage to say no and actually mean what you say? Actually, here it is, follow through today. Follow through not just when you're emotional, follow through not just when your feelings are like it, but giving yourself that's right, a thumbs up. Following through and doing what it is that you say you're going to do. That is being consistent. And for many of us, our struggle is that we are consistently inconsistent. We start one thing today, end it the same day. Start one thing today, end it tomorrow. Just a lost cause because we don't put any boundaries around our mind. We don't put any boundaries around our relationships. We don't put any boundaries around particular treatment. Do you understand this? That you give people a blueprint on how to treat you by the way that you treat yourself. Too many of us are, as scripture said, like a city that is broken down and without walls. No self-control. And when we get into that particular place of the self-control, it permeates in our eating habits, it permeates in our nutrition, it permeates in our exercise, it permeates in our relationship with God, permeates in our relationships with others, it permeates in how it is that we take care of our financial standing, it permeates in how we keep up our house, the external house that we live in, but also the internal house of our heart, of our mind, our soul, of our spirit, of our will and our emotions. This all connects to our emotional intelligence. It all connects to emotional regulation so that we can deal with difficult people strategically, so that we don't find ourselves emotionally bankrupt, to where we don't find ourselves to where our emotional love bank is empty because we have allowed people to make more withdrawals than deposits. Very key. But it does not change until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. It does not change until you get tired of being tired and begin to make the change so that you can live an abundant life. And an abundant life is a boundary setting life. Isn't it interesting that in order to really have freedom, there's got to be some things that you put under control? A lot of times we think putting things under control eliminates freedom. No, having certain things in control in our life and having boundaries now puts us into a place of freedom mentally, spiritually, socially, and emotionally. This is why we're having these types of conversations, because we got to find freedom internally. And we talk more about this. I talk more about this. I teach more about this as well in my Eagles Academy. Would that you would join me there, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. Yes, go there, register, become a member, join my community. Community of unity, a community of connectivity, a community that is a vital component for you finding the freedom that you want to find, for you developing your business and your mentorship, getting mentorship, to being able to develop your marketing tactics and techniques, being able to grow and soar into a greater level of success and purpose. Once again, go to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. And then, of course, do yourself a favor and get my latest book, Know Your No. Buckle up your seatbelt. I'm telling you right now, this is a book with a backbone. You're going to read what you've never probably read before. You're going to hear me in a way that you've never heard me before. Go ahead and get it. Do yourself a favor and get this book in your library. It's going to be a great resource to you, and for all the relationships that you can develop that are healthy. Yeah. And be able to stand 10 toes down on what it is that you said. How to Build Healthy Boundaries and Love Without Losing Yourself is the caption of it, is the subtitle. It's available right now on Amazon. Go get it now on Amazon. And then, of course, you can also get signed copies at my website, EddieConnor.com. Family, I appreciate you joining me. Yeah, it's your main man, Dr. Eddie, your brother from another mother. And I mean that. Family has been fun, but brother got to run. That's right. But I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure. But I want you, yes, I'm talking to you now. Remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. Hey, we're just a few days away. Yes, yours truly, Dr. Eddie. We're just a few days away from my newest book. It's my 19th book, Know Your No. You have to know who to know, and you have to know who to know. And that will help you to say yes to yourself. This is the book on how to build healthy boundaries and love without losing yourself. It's available right now on Amazon. You can even get a signed copy at EddieConnor.com. Tell a friend, gift it to a friend, get it for yourself. go and get it right now